some of the items that we'll be discussing this morning. Now, we will allow more time to more important topics, and we'll also touch on others as well. We're going to talk in detail about Evolva, our manufacturing ERP application, and how Evolva collects data from within your company and makes it available for your various departments when they need them. We're also going to talk about some of the best practices and information workflow within a manufacturing organization. And we are also going to talk about how Evolva addresses supply chain management, how reporting works, and finally we're also going to talk about what are the various ways we can offer this product to our small and medium business manufacturing businesses. So with that note, let's talk a little bit about Knowledge Matrix itself. Or some of you we have spoken to in the past, but for others, we are primarily a software services company. We've been in business since 2004. We are for the North American region. We are headquartered in California, in San Jose area, and we also have our offshore development centers in Hyderabad, India. We are part of a $600 million group called the Couple Group, which has 30 other subsidiary companies as part of the group, and we also support all of those other businesses, some of which are actually manufacturing companies. We have been able to procure some quality management system certifications, and at this point, within the last 4 years, we've been able to acquire over 100 customers from across the globe, and close to 50 customers from the North American region itself, who span across various industries, primarily for our software services business in energy, utility, technology, construction, manufacturing, media, pharmaceutical, healthcare, several industries that we've been able to serve over the last 4 years that we have been in business in North American region. So with that, let's talk what is more important for you as a manufacturing business owner. So how is manufacturing industry different from the rest of it? Of course, we have some of the common problems that every industry might be facing in their day-to-day operations. But manufacturing industry can get more complex at times in that in a lot of cases, the complexity in the business itself can result from various other problems that can directly affect the overall efficiencies of your business. So when we look at a typical manufacturing business, there are various contributing factors like your production cycles, your labor, machinery, inventory costs, materials management, and then your shipping, delivery schedules, and so on, that need to perform in perfect harmony for a manufacturing business to be efficient. Now, anything that affects any of these will directly result in casualties like reducing customer loyalty, for example, or delaying production cycles, and will affect the overall performance of your company, including your financial performance as well. So more than any other industry perhaps, in a manufacturing industry or a manufacturing business, there are several of these physical, strategic, and virtual contributors that have come together and function as a single cohesive unit for your business to be successful. Let us see how we can make an attempt to get there, or how you can make an attempt to get to that position where you can call it yourself successful or efficient as a business. So one of the ways you do that is by having an ERP. An ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, and ERP systems help you plan the resources that you have available within your business. Now, these resources can include several things like people, materials, money, everything that is part of your business. So the role an integrated ERP system or an integrated software application plays is that it brings all of these resources together into a single integrated environment, which makes planning and implementation of your operations a lot easier. So let's try and demystify the ERP a little bit more. So it is all about information. Now imagine a situation where various departments of your business, which can also be considered as your resources, are using different software applications for their operations and information sitting in different places. So it not only hinders easy access to that information, but also makes planning very difficult. So in case of a small and mid-sized business, it is even more important to have an integrated environment to access or that gives access to all of your information, and that is the only way you can plan, not just for today but also for your future growth. So after information, then we talk about automation. So how do you access this information? It's not just about accessing it, but the information needs to be processed, and the systems need to be intelligent enough to process the information within your business and deliver it to you by way of either easy-to-use interfaces or screens or reports or dashboards, whichever way it is delivered to you, but you need to have it when you need it. So in other words, the business process needs to be automated. An ERP system should tell you what are the parts that you need to come out of your inventory to go into production in order to meet an order. An ERP should tell you what product is going or doing better in the market than the others. An ERP should also tell you how, or it should help you plan your production based on past performances and market trends. Now, access to information, that is the key here. Access to information via automation is the key. So today, in most businesses we come across, no single document is produced manually. It's all automated, it's all system generated. So we are already in a world where almost all of the documents and reports we have access to are generated by automated systems. However, even with that background, we also see that many small and mid-sized businesses today, and including manufacturing companies, operate their business processes through standalone, disparate systems. Sometimes, we can see even partial integrations, but for the most part, everybody uses different systems. And in some cases, we have even seen reports and information sitting in spreadsheets. So what an ERP does is pretty simple. It brings them all together into a single integrated environment. So with that background, let's move on to what Evolva is. So Evolva is our manufacturing ERP, and it's a result of Knowledge Matrix working with manufacturing businesses for several years now. The product is designed to specifically cater to the unique needs we know that manufacturing businesses have. It is also designed to save operating costs, streamline business processes, integrated various departments within the business, and provide on-time reports within a very user-friendly interface, and it aids management to take informed decisions within the business. Now, Evolva also gives a deeper insight to your business by bringing all of the functions together into a single system. So we have various delivery models that we provide this system to our customers, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let us take a look at this disparate system environment that we just mentioned. So this is how it looks like when you have multiple departments using disparate systems to run their operations. As you can see here, this just adds to the complexity, and these solutions simply do not talk to each other. Think about generating an intelligent report out of this kind of a situation. So in your business, or any business for that matter, what you need to do is manage your business and not manage the various software applications that you have that you think will run your business. So having multiple applications like this will also add to the complexities of operating different operating systems or different database licenses and individual implementation cycles that can prove to be very costly. So from a workflow standpoint, when you have each of these divisions or departments using multiple disparate systems, there is no way you can bring information into a unified workflow process. You need a system where you can bring all of these different functions within your business together into a single track or a single flow of information. So that is pretty much what we have seen as the current situation in various businesses. Now let's see how with Evolva we can address some of these problems. So let's talk a little bit about Evolva as a manufacturing ERP product, how it is going to take care of these challenges or these multiple system situations that we just saw. Evolva is designed to bring all the aspects of your business together. So as part of that, it addresses your production facility management, which is very important. It also offers a tightly integrated environment, a business environment, where information flows seamlessly across the various departments that you have in your business. Now, when you have access to information at the right time, it makes planning a lot easier. which means you almost always are on schedule with not just your delivery but also your production cycles, your resource management and things like that. Evolva tracks your manufacturing process at all levels, from raw materials to finished products. So you are at all times aware of not just your production process, but also what your production costs are. You can plan your manufacturing process by analyzing various contributing factors like market trends, past performances, and also with real-time access to what is the demand for your products within your business. And also, as a manufacturing company, you will be working with several external entities like your partners and vendors. With Evolva, you will have a single location to look at for all the history and transaction details with not just your customers but also with your partners and vendors that are the touch points that you will be accessing as part of your business operations. Now, this is what an ERP generally does. It reduces the need to re-enter data. It reduces the need to manage different sets of data within different departments. All your employees will become part of a single workflow path. Now, it brings all of these functions together into a single environment. That is what Evolva does for you. Let's talk a little bit about how you map your business processes into Evolva. So, one of the biggest benefits is the fact that you will have a well-integrated workflow and flow of information. Business owners will have the information that they need to make better and faster decisions. You will gain a lot of control on various departments and functions. You can help automate a lot of these business processes by implementing business rules and approval processes, which are inbuilt features within Evolva. So having all your business functions coming into the same workflow, you will have easy access to real-time information across your departments at your fingertips. Finally, each step of the way, your entire workflow will be accountable for, and your organization will see a whole new level of transparency within your business operations. So you can see from the slide that pretty much all of your business processes are mapped here. Your general corporate information, your management information, your departments like your finance, your information technology, production, supply chain. So every part of your business is mapped into Evolva, where it brings it all together and provides you a single cohesive view of your business organization. Now, how can we help? Specifically about Evolva itself. So Evolva, I mentioned earlier, is a result of Knowledge Matrix's experience working with different manufacturing companies over the years. So it's also a result of several years of research and development within the industry and how we can bring all of these processes using technology into a single environment. So we bring your manufacturing business together into this tightly integrated environment, which is also easy to use. So we have developed this using our own internal functional and technical expertise of having worked with manufacturing businesses. So this is also a very customizable solution with a lots of built-in reporting, and it can also provide, furthermore customized reports, if a business needs that. It reduces the manual processes within with seamless data integration between departments and functions, which will also eliminate the possibilities of human errors. Now, one of the things that we have seen out across across industries actually for several years is the fact that when you have a case situation where you need to re-enter data into multiple systems, that automatically invites the possibility of manual errors. Now, with Evolva, data entry is seamless. It's just one-time data entry across the system, so the room for error is marginally very less. Now, it's also a very easy-to-use interface, which brings all of this, the possibilities of a learning curve that your users will be very less than that, and it will also improve the efficiencies when your users are actually going to use the system. Now, let's move on to supply chain. So, supply chain is, it has a lot to do with everything happening on time, and this is one of the things that Evolva will help manufacturing businesses with. This also means that you need to optimize your resources, like your stock of raw materials and finished products. Evolva will help you plan these to make sure that you have streamlined your supply chain operations and supply chain management. Some of the key factors that the product helps you with here are demand forecasting. How do you plan your production based on what you have as forecasted demand? Your reorder quantity and schedule management for not just your finished products but also for your raw materials. Your production planning based on the demand and then the resources that you have availability to. And then quality assurance to make sure that your products are of best quality. And then finally, the manufacturing process itself. I mean, it kind of streamlines your entire supply chain and the manufacturing process. Now, we spoke a little bit about the ERP and how it can efficiently manage your workflow. And as the case is the workflow, it is also important that your businesses follow certain best practices in terms of the overall efficiencies itself. So when you have the information about your entire business in a single system or a single environment, what it does is that it also gives you a lot of control as a business owner. Now, control does not necessarily mean your involvement in everything that happens around you, but in a more business sense, it means as a business owner, you having access to the information on what is going on in your business at all times. And having access to this information by yourself without having to depend on your IT or your MIS folks to provide you reports when you need them is really important. Now, if everyone in your business had access to information related to their jobs from the same system, what it does is that it makes it more effective. It makes your business more effective. Imagine a customer service rep having insight into when an order might be shipping for a customer when they're on phone with them, or a dashboard where you have all of the information that is related to your role within the company and not having to rely on someone to give you the reports. So this helps faster, easier, and more efficient decision making as a business owner. Something that we need to keep in mind is that making your business processes transparent and seamless within your departments is not a luxury anymore. It is more of a necessity. You need to have that transparency across your businesses, your departments. You need to have that accountability of everybody that is involved in your business operations to be more effective. Now, let's talk about informed decision making. So, ERP systems have been around for a while. We all know that, but we still come across businesses that we mentioned earlier about that who did not adopt to these technologies. We are referring to, here from an ERP standpoint, we are referring more to integrated solution where there are clearly the benefits, but much more than that, we actually have to get the information out of these systems. It's not just about maintaining it in there, but we need to get those reports and we need to get those the management information system support that we need in order to make those decisions by ourselves as a business owner. So if you do nothing else, one of the greatest things about Evolva is that it brings all of the information about your business in one place. We talked about running of the challenges in running multiple systems environment and how they try to integrate and try to provide the information from across these different systems. But the problem is that none of these systems talk to each other. They are sitting in different different data sets. They're entirely different systems that cannot be integrated for the most part. And that is not an efficient way of running a business, and that is definitely not the efficient way of making decisions looking at what the reports are telling you from these different disparate systems. So as an integrated system, what Evolva does is it streamlines your business. It helps you optimize your resources. It brings visibility into various departments within your business. It improves the efficiencies and helps making faster and better decisions based on the reports or the integrated reports that are part of the system. What it does is just not giving you information, but it gives you information to make better and faster decisions, and it will save you money and improve your overall profitability as part of the process. Now, we talked about reports. Let's see what are the different reports that we are talking about. It covers all of the departments that that matter to you, and all of these are coming from the same system. So you have inventory reports, you have various production reports, You have reports that are related to your purchasing processes. Then there's like, sales is more important, and every company, no matter what industry, relies a lot on how the sales are reported. So that's very important. And then of course your human resources management reports that are important in managing that part of your business as well. So as you can see, these are sort of I'd say canned reports that are part of the system. Apart from that, Evolva can also help with customized reporting that are unique for your business. So the bottom line is that it covers all of these departments that are important, and it generates this report by consolidating the information from across these departments, which are all sitting in the same system. So when you look at it, you have a complete snapshot of your business. No matter which department you are looking at, it is all related, and you are looking at a real-time status of your business using the reporting tools that are part of the system. Now, the engagement models. I mentioned earlier that we're going to talk briefly about. We're not going to talk in detail about the different engagement models. Now, depending, today the world is moving towards cloud-based computing, and nobody wants to invest too much money in infrastructure, and at the same time they want to make the systems that they use to be available to all of their users at all times. So keeping that in mind, and also keeping in mind that there are data-sensitive businesses who don't want to part with their information or data, so they want to host everything in-house. So to address both of these different categories, what we have done is we have come up with two different versions of Evolva. So as you can see, one is on-premise, where it's hosted on hardware within your server and within your premises. But Evolva is delivered as a web-based system. So even with an on-premise system, you can still make your users access to the system through web browsers across even if they are not within your premises also. And the second model of delivery is our on-demand model, where it is completely hosted. So Knowledge Matrix basically hosts the system for you, and all of your users will be accessing it as an on-demand system from anywhere at any time that they want. In either of these cases, one common thing is the fact that it is a web-based system. So you can access the system through a web browser. In the first on-premise case, you'll be accessing your own server, which means there will be hardware and the server and infrastructure costs that will be involved. And in the second case, it's more like a monthly or a quarterly subscription model, where Knowledge Matrix will be hosting the application for you, and you'll be accessing it on demand using web browsers again. So these are the two different models that we deliver the systems. And now let's take a brief look at some of the screens of the system itself. The screen that you're looking at right now is Manage Users. So every user that is part of your organization will be using the system will be mapped here. There's going to be a role, and there will be defined rights for each one of the roles, and every employee that is part of the organization will be assigned to a defined role, and they will have their own user rights and access limits or access control in terms of what or how much of the system that they can access. The screen that we're looking at is the purchase screen, where, as you can see, you can have a very detailed information about this is a purchase order or a purchase quotation that you're sending out. So where you have a header that captures all of the information about your part numbers and your vendor details and so on, and this the body of the document that will be used for your items and the description, quantity, and sort of the entire purchase process. Manufacturing relies really too much on bill of materials. So this is the bill of materials screen. We have pretty much all of the manufacturing components included as part of the standard system, and then, like I mentioned earlier, pretty much all of these can be customized. So it's a very customizable solution to meet any specific needs that you have, which are unique to your business itself. Coming to sales and managing sales and reporting. So sales is very important. This is what we also understand that most of these the reports that will come from. So in the circle part towards the left of the screen, you can see the various sales reports that are part of the system inbuilt, and then beyond these, all of these reports can be customized in the first place, and then beyond that, we can also develop custom reports that might be uniquely required for your business. And then this is where you manage the inventory. So the screen that you're looking at is a stock register. You're basically looking at the registry of the items that you have in stock, including raw materials as well as finished goods, and you can have multiple locations, multiple companies, and you can do a search of the stocks that you have for every item across these different locations and so on. The circle component on the left shows you some of the the reports that are already included as part of your inventory management, and again, as was the case with sales, we can additionally add custom reports as well as customize the existing reports as well. So these are some of the screens, and we're going to be more than glad to give you a detailed demonstration of the product on an individual basis. So the way we do that is, depending on what your exact business is, we sort of customize the demonstration for you, and subsequent to that, we can also give you a trial access to the system that you can work or you can actually play around with for a period of time. Moving forward, just want to address or talk about a couple of case studies that we have, a couple of customers that are using Evolva. These are all, both of these are manufacturing companies. The first one we're going to talk about, it's a medical glass tube manufacturing company. Now, this company had a very unique manufacturing process where they were, making borosilicate glass tubes, which has in itself, it's a unique product, and the manufacturing process itself was pretty unique. The problem that they had was that, first of all, they wanted a complete enterprise solution across various operational departments or various functions, and then the unique need also was about the supply chain management, procurement of materials, and production of glass, which actually has a pretty complex manufacturing process because of how the raw materials come in and how the finished products go out, and because of the difference in a lot of things like units of measure and things like that between the raw materials and the finished products. So what we did was we implemented the ERP system or the Evolva application for them, and it was sort of there was a lot of customization that went into this implementation. But at the end of it, they got a consolidated system that each one of their pain points were addressed with, and they could bring all of their different operations into this single environment, including their accounting. The outcome or the benefit that they had at the end of it was that they were able to reduce 30% of licensing costs compared to their previous system, because they were using multiple systems, and they were not just the licensing costs, but as well as infrastructure-related costs also that they were able to bring down. They got the integrated modules which enable to monitor the overall performance of their business as a whole, and as the ERP was integrated with smartphones, that was another advantage that they got. In one of the previous screens that when we spoke about Evolva, one of the points I missed mentioning was that we can make this available for your mobile devices as well. So it's not just on computers. The entire system is going to be available for mobile usage as well. Moving on to the next case study. This is again a glass manufacturer, but in this case it's a glass sheet manufacturing company, where they had customers from across various industries like construction, automobiles, pharmaceuticals, and so on. But the major, the unique thing about this company is that they had a standard research and development facility that was supposed to be, that had to be brought into their ERP application as well. So the challenge that they had was they were unable to track and monitor inventory levels to their satisfaction, and then second of all, they had a very unique metrics-based reporting function which covered both production as well as their research and development capabilities. So here again, there was Evolva was implemented, and then we had to customize it a little bit to bring in these unique features that they wanted. And once again, the outcome was that they had the customized web-based application which brought all of these departments together, including their research and development facilities. And the entire manufacturing process plus R&D was integrated into the same single streamlined environment. They had a real-time inventory updates and real-time inventory information available to the departments as well as the decision makers, and plus a lot of customized reports that they were able to generate from their production as well as research and development capabilities as well. So all in all, they got a system that they were looking for because of the fact that the system itself was doing about 90% of what they wanted, plus the remaining we were able to customize specifically for them, so they have the complete system that this customer wanted. So with that, we are coming to an end to our presentation today. Manish, if you could take over back and invite any questions that our customers have.
Sure, Shri. Thanks for the brief presentation, Shri. I'm sure our audience must have enjoyed listening to you as much as we presenting it to them. Moving further, some of our audiences want to ask questions to you. So the first question coming from is from Ellie, and her question is it mandatory to use an ERP application for any manufacturing company?
Well, that's not. Well, it's all about how you manage your resources, right? I mean, so it's all about if you're not using an ERP system, then more than likely you cannot have all of your business processes incorporated into a single system. So, like we mentioned in the presentation, if not for anything else, one thing that an ERP does is the fact that it brings all of your different departments and functions within your business together into a single system. So, if that is your goal, then yes, then you are way better off using an integrated ERP application. Now, the term ERP itself is kind of it's kind of confusing in some cases. It's just about it's more than labeling a system. It is about a concept of bringing your resources into a single integrated environment. The best way to do that, instead of trying to integrate various different systems, is to have one single system that can actually integrate everything into that, and that is exactly what Evolva does. So to answer your question, if I may address it in a different way, you are definitely better off using an ERP application instead of using different disparate systems within your company.
Okay. All right.
I hope that answers Lily's question.
Sure. Yep. All right. So the second question is from Miss Lisa Clark, and her question is, how much training does one need to take in order to use this ERP? Do I need to have any technical knowledge for using it?
So the system is designed in such a way that you leave the technology part to us, meaning the only training that will be required is a user training, and we're going to do that as part of the implementation process itself. And typically in using a system like Evolva, you're not looking at more than a week or two worth of training that you're not full time. But the best part is the fact that a lot of the processes or how the system handles different business processes is pretty standard. So when you're talking about let's say an order to shipping process, right? I mean, you talk about a purchase order coming in to going through the production, to invoicing, to shipping, to billing. All of that process is pretty standard, and that is exactly how the system is mapped. So the difference that you probably will feel, or any customer will probably feel, is the fact that there is a difference in how an interface might be looking for you. Meaning, compared to a previous system or an existing legacy system that you might be using, there will definitely be a change in the interface and how things are placed across a screen, for example. But those are things which can be very easily trained, and you do not need to have technical expertise to function within your role within your organization. Now, again, this is also going to be different when you are talking about on-premise versus the on-demand version of the product. If it's on-premise, then obviously there's going to be some sort of an IT involvement from your internal IT department being able to install the system for you, help you with the the access and things like that. But from a functionality standpoint, no, you will not need to have technical knowledge.
Okay. Well, that brings us to the end of this wonderful session. I hope all the audience must have found it useful listening to our expert. For any further information or query, please feel free to send your emails at webinar@knowledgemetricsinc.net, and we will be more than happy to answer them. Thank you all for joining us today. Have a nice day. Thanks, Shri.
Thank you.